Ooh, she mucky. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video on Project Vinnie, our 2004 Vivaro. Yes, it's still in lots of pieces. I don't know what order these videos are going to come out in because it depends when I get the gearbox back, because as you can see there's a bit of a gap there. So yeah, it's still away being overhauled. So whilst we're in pieces, I thought I'd do some more maintenance. And today we're looking at chasing down some oil leaks. So when we took the gearbox out, down the back, it's absolutely caked in oil. So we want to have a look. I'm pretty sure it's coming from the valve cover gasket. But also there was another area which I thought, it looks very wet, is whatever this breather thing is here. Now if you look in there, that flange, if I can wiggle it, I'm hoping you can see it on that little joint. It sort of gets, can you see it there? So I think something amiss in that joint in there somewhere. So I don't really know. Looks like it's just a couple of bolts, and we can whip it off and have a look, because it is it's very mucky, isn't it? But yeah, I'll quickly show you in behind the engine and show you what I mean, and then we'll have to get the air filter and the MAF off and we'll have a look underneath there. Well, we're underneath and you can start seeing how mucky it is in behind here. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to give this a bit of a clean up as well, because working on it is horrible. Yeah, so like I said earlier, to get under here we just got to take this off. There's a little 10mm there. There should be one down there, but it's broken. Can you see? I do apologise if you cannot. There should be one down there that's broken off, so I might have to repair that. And then we've got to unplug the MAF just from that plug, and then just in behind, see that little Jubilee clip or worm drive clip, got to undo that one, and then the MAF will come out with the air filter housing. I've already disconnected the, whatever you call this, the intake duct or the snorkely thing. But yeah, so let's whip these off and we can see what we've got underneath. Actually, you can see from this angle, it's pretty oily in there, look, especially over there. Yeah, let's whip that off, see what we've got in behind. And if you do like what we're doing here, please take a moment, give us a thumbs up, please. And there we go. Oops, sorry, nearly dropped you. There's our rocker cover, or valve cover. You can see at the back it is pretty wet. Let's get a light down the back a bit more. Yeah, you can see it's pretty wet down. It's been dripping down in behind. So yeah, and that filter housing has been resting on some of these cables, so I really need to fix that mounting. See that bracket there? That should go to something here, so that's all broken off there. So I'm gonna have to have a look at that. But yeah, so I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna disconnect any of this. I'm gonna try and clean up the back of the engine and that with it on, so no muck goes in, and then we're gonna have to disconnect the electrics from the injectors, get this harness out of the way. I don't know if we need to take the GR valve solenoid off, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's have a clean up. I won't put you through the cleanup. I'm just going to be using a traffic film remover, and I'll scrub it with a brush a bit, and probably then rinse it off with some brake and clutch cleaner aerosol type thing, and I'll put some pig mats on the floor to collect all the oily mess. So let me get on with that, and I'll see you in a sec. And you can see it's made quite a mess of the under tray as well. I cleaned that last time we did the service. So excuse the noise, my fan's just turned, well, my little diesel heater's just turned on there. So you hear that in the background, do apologise. Anyway, we've had a clean up. I've run out of clutch and brake cleaner, but this, I know it doesn't look much different, but this was all oil, and it is a lot better. So if you can see down there, it's getting better, but obviously I've run out of clutch and brake cleaner, so I can't do any more. Anyway, stop waffling. So what we need to do next is we need to get the wiring harness off, and I'm going to disconnect. There's a little plug there as well, it goes to that, which joins the harness. I'm going to disconnect and just push this to one side. That's the fuel return to the tank. But I am going to take the solenoid off for the EGR, because I think it'll just give me a bit more room, because I need to be able to get this up underneath the injectors. So I'm hoping it'll come out. I've never done this, we shall find out in a minute. And I'm going to take this bracket off as well. One, because I think it'll give us a bit more room around here and help me get the solenoid off, because there's a bolt right underneath. And another is I need to do something with this stud, because as you can see, it's pretty knackered. So it's only a nut and bolt there and a couple of bolts down in there, so I'm going to whip that off as well. So there we go. Oh, it's just calming down, it's not blown itself out, is it? Well, we'll get some heat out there in a minute. Anyway, I'm going to set you up and we'll take this off and have a look, and then after we'll have a look at this as well. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? You can see there's oil. Hang on, let's get a torch. There's oil actually in the groove of where the rubber gasket goes, or joint. So yeah, it's been weeping. Well, you can see it's soaking wet, isn't it? And but there's nothing obvious. But I'm guessing it's just compressed over time. And there's our replacement. I've just laid it on top. That's why it's mucky, and it looks to be the part. So I'm just gonna give this a really good clean out. Oh, you can see how much it was leaking down there, can't you? Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a really good clean out, and then we'll slap it back together, and yeah, hopefully it will be okay. Yes, we've had a clean up, and you can see that where the rubber gasket sits is nice and clean. I haven't cleaned all the way down here because I was worried about flicking more muck back up. So that's all nice and clean there. And if we move over, I got me cleaning bath out, so that's all nice and clean. That is as clean as it's going to get. It looks horrible, but short of wire brushing it all or some sort of blasting, that's going to stay as it is. My kit doesn't come with these, so I would say I wish it did. But when you get yours, get the little buttons that go in there, because that's a little rubber seal, that is. So yeah, if you can find a kit with the new ones of those in it, I would definitely suggest do that. So anyway, I'm just going to set you up on the tripod and we'll just put it all back together with the new gasket, and then we'll have a look at this thing. It's never straightforward, is it? Look. There's threads in there. Oh, what a pain in the backside. Let's see how bad it is. Wasn't that tight either. See if I get a helicoil kit or something. Flipping cars. Well, I haven't got a helicoil kit for that, so let's whip this out and see if we can find a problem with this. Well, there we go. Give this a good clean up and see where it's coming from, but you can see it's all wet underneath here. I'm guessing it must be the O-ring.
I've just put some blue duct tape over the top of the cam, etc., just to stop any debris and swarf going down inside. Well, it turns out, after all, I did have a helicoil kit. You know, you're getting old, but you can't remember what tools you've got. Anyway, so I'm trying to drill this this hole out to be able to fit the helicoil, and I couldn't get a drill in because of the airbox above, so all I've done is put the correct size drill in a tap holder, and I've just done it that way really, just slowly surely took the material out. It was nice and soft, worked fine. And here we go with the actual helicoil tap going in. Just wiggle it around in and out just so it clears all the swarf and tap it out basically. So here we go, this is the actual helicoil, stainless steel thread. So we're putting it in with a bit of Loctite so it stays in there and doesn't come out with the bolt next time you take it out. Wind it in to the bottom, and there is a little tang at the bottom you knock out, which I do later.
So we helicoiled it. That proper job. So I can just get rid of this. I'll blow this all off again, and then we can put it back together. Awesome.
So here we are again. We just got to rebuild it all the way we took it apart. So that's a new gasket going in, cover going on, and yeah, let's build it back up. Here's the little screw that had the ripped out thread on it, and that's the remains of the aluminium thread from the head. Yeah, that's it. That's what caused us all the pain. Anyway, well, we start putting it back in. I actually put a tiny bit of oil on that thread, just to make sure that if there is any Loctite left in the helicoil, that it doesn't like grab the bolt. So yeah, that's what we did. I just had a look round, make sure the gasket was all in place with a little mirror, and then just chuck it all back together.
We're done. So we're all wired back in. EGR solenoid's on, the wiring's back on. I think everything's back on. That's back on with a new O-ring. Yeah, that's it. I've not put the air filter back on because obviously I've got to sort out this bracket for it and the one down there, you know, the one that's broken. So yeah, I reckon that is enough for now anyway. Right, that's enough. Like I said a second ago, I've got to do the air filter, which is down there, sort out that little bracket there. But I'm not, well, I'll see what time is in a minute, I'm not sure. Anyway, waffling on. That is done. That was a pain that stripped, and I'd totally forgotten that I had a helicoil kit. So yeah, this has come in really handy. I remember buying it now, it was a cheap kit. And oh, there's a little tap going, but that alloy is as soft as anything. It really is. And you saw, you know, I couldn't get the drill in, so I used the tap wrench to drill it out. But it all seems okay now. We'll have to wait to get all the bits back before we can test it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming along on another Vinnie journey. The van that just keeps giving. Yeah. Anyway, thank you again. What was I going to say? What have I got to say? Oh, check us out on Instagram, Larcs_workshop. I haven't said that for a while. We've actually got a Facebook page now as well. I'm trying it. Don't use Facebook much at all, but we shall try it. So it's Larcs Workshop on Facebook if you want to have a look. That's it. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers then. I did knock up a little bracket just to go and fix that. So yeah, that'll be going back on there in a bit. Oh yeah, that's buggered.